All right, guys, I'm here with Blaine Shutt, owner, coach, Team Shutt. We typically are interviewing him for high school. We're at the McDonogh Duels, just one of the top middle school tournaments in the country. Just finished second place overall out of 28 teams. Blaine, congratulations on your finish as a team. Tell us a little bit about how the tournament went overall.
The tournament went well. We love doing the Tyrant events, which typically we're at almost every single one. I'd say we hit probably about 90%. The run the best, the run the smoothest. You get the most amount of matches compared to other events, which you're only guaranteed an X amount. Like other events, I guess I don't want to bring those names up to put anybody out, but you're guaranteed getting top 8 to 9 matches max, which we love giving those matches to the kids and the opportunity to see all those top competitions. And the teams are tough. You're consistently getting the best clubs and the best all-star teams collectively coming to the individual events, especially for putting so many events together. You're consistently getting more and more all-star teams to come. Not that I led the way or anything, but I'm loving the competition. It's what keeps us coming.
Yeah. I mean, this weekend we had almost 40 teams represented, or 40 states represented, and then just a lot of tough individuals from all across the country. How was compared to your team? I know you guys finished second, but how was the overall competition for your guys?
Oh, it was nuts. It was nuts. This was on par with the national duels in Ohio, VAC in Virginia Beach. I would say this was on par. Every single match that we had was a nationally ranked guy against another nationally ranked guy. So, I mean, you can't be disappointed with any of those. I mean, win or lose, they're incredible matches. The kids are grinding, they're learning, they're experiencing new things, and just making new friends and having a good time overall. I love it. I think it's great.
Yeah. I just had an interview with Carter Smith. He was your team's outstanding wrestler. I'm sure there probably could have been multiple guys that were worthy of that award as well, but was there any individual performances or some wrestlers that really stood out over the weekend, if you could even identify some?
Oh, there was a lot. The whole team through and through. We didn't decide to come do this event until 2 weeks ago. So everybody that I had picked up was extremely last second. So either they were just coming back from off of being at Tulsa last week ago, or they're coming off the couch or towards the range of their season where they're like focused on either taking a break or getting ready for their postseason. So it was tough to collect our usual Shutt guys. But so we had a lot of new faces. But guys that I got to get up to were filling holes for the team was the most part. Because I could get guys at lighter weights, but there were specific weights where nobody was available. So it came down to guys stepping up for the team to bump up in weights to fill those holes. Like Carter Smith, he's one of the top guys in the country at his weight class. Just came off winning a Tulsa national championship at like 69 pounds last week. Coming out here wrestling 89 pounds, waking up, like walking around at 70 plus pounds, so he bumped up in weight, had, again, nationally ranked match after nationally ranked match against guys that are 2 weights above him and beating them. And if he did lose, I think maybe he only took two losses. They were barn burners till the end, were the overtime matches. And, I was super impressed. I was super impressed with the grit. Our heavyweight, Mateo, I got to give it to him. He was a natural 160 pounder.
Yeah.
150. He's real light, and we bumped him up to heavyweight. And
he won the. I talked to him yesterday. He won the Open at 160 yesterday, and he said he's been getting bumped to 210. So it was a little bit of a challenge, but he was a team player about it, and he didn't mind doing it. But I think it was certainly an uphill battle.
Yeah, it was awesome. He went out there and just tried to fight for the team, and the team came together and finished second in this tough ass gold pool.
Yeah, so I know you guys won Tyrant duels a couple weeks ago, and that's kind of when I mentioned to you that, hey, we had a team drop out of the middle school division at McDonogh. Do you want it? We'd love to have you. And I think part of it is too that you've always come to our high school events, but you kind of recently just started to put together middle school events. So how's that been, or is it any different, or is it just different levels? But what's the difference between you doing your high school or now kind of starting to do middle school? How's that going?
I think parents are more involved in their middle school child, so it's a lot harder to sometimes coach, because now I'm having to coach over somebody else because the parents are so involved in their child's coaching aspect of it and not letting off the brakes. So that's the only challenging part, but it's more or less just a funny thing, the only difference, because in high school, the parents, their child's developed or their name's already made or they've already won state titles and this and that. So the parents have already learned to take a back seat, let the coaches do their thing. We're at an evolution stage where the parents are thinking that they need to be the ones to say the things, and instead of the coaches teaching them. But it's a transition. It's definitely something to get used to. I'm not against coaching over people anyways. I always had that father that yelled in the stands anyways, so I'm used to it. It's a giggle every now and again. But yeah, that's that.
So I know in 2 weeks you now added a team to the Daystar Duels in Richmond, Virginia, just outside of Richmond. This is Doswell, but in Virginia. But in general, what's next? What's next for Team Shutt? What's next for Blaine? Like, what's on the horizon for you? Like, what motivates you every single day, especially to keep coming back and doing this and kind of stay at the top? But what's going on, whether it's wrestling related or not?
It's just opportunity for kids. I really enjoy giving the opportunity for kids to come be part of what Team Shutt is and what them becoming part of Team Shutt does for them. It's me giving back to the sport that made me the man that I am today. I wouldn't be who I am. I wouldn't be as tough as I am. I wouldn't have made it far in my life as I have in my fight career, or even in my life in general with work and all that stuff like that, if it wasn't for wrestling and what I was given and what I did growing up. So my love for wrestling just is never ending. It's relentless. So it's just me giving back in the best way that I can and creating opportunity. Winning's just the bonus.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you supporting our events. We love you bringing the competition to some of the best kids around the country, and just continuing to develop relationships. So thanks so much. Congratulations.
Absolutely, brother. Thank
See
you
you
so
in 2
much.
weeks. Thanks, Blaine.